Dudley. We're going with it.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Do it live. Hell yeah. Welcome to Trash Tech. I'm Reggie Pace.
I'm James Soretis.
That right there, that was the Dudley theme from Street Fighter 3. Dudley. It's Black History Month right now, so let's talk about Dudley. The black boxer. There's not that many black characters in Street Fighter. I don't know if you guys give it that.
Street Fighter is a quite multicultural game, though. I gotta give it that.
I would say it's one of the most multicultural games ever.
Yeah.
And we don't care. We're going to do every single country stereotypes.
Yeah, as a child, I had no idea what half the countries were.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I think that was kind of the first time I was like, oh, India.
Yeah, I was just going to say this. I was like, you mean the stretchy guy?
The stretchy guy, Dalsim, India.
He's from India.
Yeah. India, and he had all the elephants behind him, and the music really was an approximation of like Indian classical music a little bit. Yeah. Bing, 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 bong, 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 bang, 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 bang. You know?
Yeah.
So Dudley, he was an English. He's a boxer, and he was English, and he's like the preppy, like give me some fisticuffs type boxer, which is really cool. He has like dress pants on, and he shows up. His taunt is "You have no dignity," which is incredible. He really spits down upon you. So Dudley, Street Fighter 3, polite, restrained.
When did Street Fighter 3 come out?
What year was Street Fighter 3? Look it up real quick. Because I had kind of
like what was the main console around at the time?
Street Fighter 3 was arcade. I think maybe it also ended up on Dreamcast or something later, but
yeah, because all of them did end up on consoles.
Street Fighter 3 came out in 1997. Oh. But it was a kind of there was kind of a time in which those games weren't everywhere. So there was just like Street Fighter 2, and then Super Street Fighter came out, and that was kind of different. They added some characters. And then once it got to Street Fighter 3, I feel like that was mostly in the arcades. I didn't ever know anybody that had Street Fighter 3. But I guess some people must have had it, in New York or something, getting it from...
But Street Fighter 2 is the one that everybody thinks of when they think of Street Fighter, though. Or at least of so. our generation.
Right, yeah. Well, now, the generation now, I think most of them think of Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 4 Ultimate, as their first... Because that's like an old man game to them.
And it was on a console. That wasn't on like N64 or something.
That was on all of them. That was on Xbox.
Oh, that was after N64. Okay, that's after that.
I think it was on Xbox. I think it was on Xbox and PlayStation. I'm not sure. I had that on Xbox, I believe. But Street Fighter 4 now is just Street Fighter 5. Street Fighter 5 is 5 years old now.
Yeah.
So Street Fighter 6 is right around the corner. But anyway, Street Fighter 3 Dudley, I love that song. It's like all the music from Third Strike. If you haven't checked it out and you like video game music, all of it's so good. It's like jazzy house music, all kinds of just like stuff like that. Maybe I'll pull another one up.
Yeah.
It's like it's all jazzy.
Yeah, it is.
Jazzy as hell. These are people making remixes and stuff. I gotta find the real
the real shit. The real thing.
Let that play. That sounds awesome. Here's the opening thing of it. Super jazzy house. Because it's like British house. British R&B kind of sounding, This is like the opening song. It's like got rapping in it and shit like that. The art style of it is way more animate out.
Yeah, it is.
It's like, we're cool now. We're cool now. Some of the music is really sick, though. Drum and bass. So European influence.
Very much.
Yeah.
Very club.
It's very different than like songs that kind of sounded like they were supposed to be from whatever country the fighter was from.
Right.
Like Honda's music sounded like Japanese gagaku, like
this one.
Yeah. Now this is like all this music is kind of in like an album. This is like we are making a jazzy house kind of
we're making
like
a
thing.
soundtrack that's a little more cohesive.
Yeah. Straight up house.
I think they also had to abandon the whole we'll make it sound like where they came from as the game became more diverse and more...
I think so.
There's so many characters in Street Fighter now.
Yeah, it's like 40 in this game.
It's pretty overwhelming.
Yeah, it's
like in an arcade and that countdown. One of the most stress-inducing situations as a child is putting my coins in a machine, staring at characters, and then not being able to decide, and then trying to get to a character, and then I end up on some like
you didn't want
crummy pretty boy guy or something like that, or like a goof character. You're like, no, this is like the cartoon guy. I don't want this one.
Oh, Blanca probably the monster.
I wish.
Anyway, third strike. Black History Month themed. James, what do you got for Black History Month?
Okay, well, you guys know about the Super Soaker, right?
We all know about the greatest assault weapon for a child at the
time. Lonnie Johnson, inventor of the Super Soaker, learned that the inventor of the Super Soaker was black this month. And thank you, Lonnie Johnson. It was a great part of my childhood. He actually worked for the American Aerospace Engineer, or NASA, and it was originally called the Power Drencher.
Really?
Yes.
He should have made two guns. That's actually still a cool name.
It didn't do very well, and they rebranded it and sold it as the Super Soaker.
Dude.
So
Lonnie Johnson, let's give him a little biography. He's a Black American inventor, aerospace engineer, and entrepreneur, and he worked for the U.S. Air Force in a 12-year stint in NASA, including Jet Propulsion Laboratory. And he's the one that invented the Super Soaker in 1990, one of the best-selling toys ever.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
He another thing that I found interesting about the Super Soaker now is there's a large aftermarket Super Soaker trade.
Oh, really?
Of older Super Soakers, because at some point in time they deemed that the Super Soaker was too powerful.
Oh, because you know what? That makes sense.
Yeah, the water pressure was too high,
and they made them weaker.
They made them weaker.
I remember that actually as a kid.
They are not as good as the originals, and now there are people that buy up the original Super Soakers.
Oh man, that makes sense. You know what? I had this one right here with the two canisters that built up the pressure for you.
I did have that one, but I also had the one the top right one with just the single canister.
Yeah, the handgun.
Yeah,
that was the one most people had.
It was like a short handgun, but the one with the strap with the double.
Oh, everyone wanted that one. I didn't have that one.
That's the one that I had. I had both of them.
Man, so badass.
Well, we had a swimming pool, and we live, at the beach. I live in Virginia Beach, and a lot of people had swimming pools. It was not a high status thing to have a swimming pool.
Okay.
Okay. So a lot of my friends also had them, and dude, we had pools, and it would just occupy us for hours. The parents would just all dump us at one person's house.
Of course.
And we'd be running around on wet concrete with Super Soakers
all
day.
Right.
Sounds right. But, yeah, man, I was thinking about it. Playing with Super Soakers is fucking awesome.
Oh, man. I had, we were very serious about it. There was a lot of us, and, we would all play lots of group games together. Me and my friends, we were playing football or basketball or Super Soakers. One time we had a guy had one of those laser tag guns.
Yes.
Anyway, I had gotten my Super Soaker, the one with the blue bulbs in the middle. And in the very front,
he had the double round balls.
This one right here.
Yeah, that was a newer one. I never had that.
That was a newer one. I had all of them. I was always getting new ones with my allowance money.
Yeah.
It's like $113 online right now for the specific one that I'm talking about.
Well, yeah,
vintage
because that
rare.
One, well, also,
oh my god, I had that
the ones that we have or that we had. By the time I was in high school, they were dry rotted, and sun damaged,
destroyed, destroyed.
Yeah, man,
yeah.
But this is cool. I was talking to a friend of mine today about he's the one that brought up the Super Soakers. Was they had a common threading for the bulbs and stuff. So if you could find any other piece of like gardening bottle, like water bottle or spray bottle, they would fit right in there. You could use 12-liter bottles of Coca-Cola.
I'm pretty sure we did do that. Yeah, I knew somebody that did that.
So if you broke yours or lost it or something, you could put it in there. You could also fuck with the air pressure because those two front ones weren't for putting water in.
Yeah,
that was for air pressure buildup.
Right.
So if you fucked with making them larger, you could actually change how far the gun could shoot.
Oh, no, we never did that. I did
very educational toy.
Oh, come on, man!
I was
right with you. I had taken the nozzle. See, the front nozzle of these right here, they're set in a way in order to like make a stream of water.
Oh my God,
to go
Reggie,
as far as you can.
Are you telling me that as a child you made a sawed off?
I took that out and turned it into a shotgun. And it would shoot like half the water I had. And some kid, it was like I would run up on a kid, he would be shooting me with a spring, like a little string. I was just like, boosh! It's just like, oh, I would totally did that.
This makes me want to have an adult Super Soaker game with hot sauce.
Just with goggles on. Why you always try to make the game horrible? Like
I'm trying to
Battle
up the
Royale.
ante. I'm trying to up the ante, dude.
All right, now release a bunch of dogs.
You got to do no goggles, or else if it's hot sauce with goggles on, what's the point?
Why are we shooting hot sauce at each other? How do you win?
You have to get to a goal that you definitely have to be able to see.
Okay.
So you can't
be blinded with hot sauce.
Yes, if you're blinded with hot sauce by the end, you are not. It's like it's a simple puzzle you have to fill out.
Okay.
But you have to be able to see it with two open eyes, not just like one open eye. It like requires depth perception.
It's like depth perception puzzle.
Yeah, it's a depth perception. Oh my God, even better. Got it. It's one of those things from the mall that you look at where you have to kind of go cross-eyed.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a
3D
message,
portrait.
and you have to tell what the message is.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah, but that would be and you just run in your underwear. You have to wear shoes, though. But, yeah, so people can soak you in the ass with hot sauce water or in your face.
Oh, my God. Man. Oh, man, I just had another memory. This gun, when I had this gun right here, I had, like, bought it with some allowance money or something.
Yes.
And one of my little cousins, I don't have any siblings, so one of my little cousins came over, and she was, like, playing with it, and she, like, just broke it. Like, almost broke it in half. I don't know. It seemed indestructible when I had it. She was a little kid, and, of course, little kids are just amazing at breaking stuff. So
yeah.
She broke it, and I was, like, talking to my mom. I was like, oh, my God, it's broken. What do I do? Do I tell her mom? She's like, it's gone. It's broke. I was like... It was like the coldest day of my life.
Yeah, it's like
they were just like, no, we're not doing anything. No, it's
yeah.
gone. I was like, I have to save up and get another one. They're like, yeah. I was like, this is bullshit.
But then after that, you didn't let none of them kids play with your toys.
From that point on, no one ever touched anything I ever owned ever again.
Well, you learned valuable lessons.
I learned better. I will never do that again. I do though. Deep down, I don't want to though. No. I don't want to do it.
I'm just looking at all these pictures of Super Soakers, and it is.
That's like a new one. They look kind of like
this is the other thing.
Aquatine, C-Lab cooking guns.
They do. Also, the size of these things is
that one.
Yeah, is that a new one?
That's one of those with the strap, the big ones.
Yeah, that's not like the one I had. Yeah. But there was one that had like two balls in the back, and it looked like a penis with testicles. And they stopped. They're like, they stopped making that one. I swear to God, they had one like that. They like put the two of the balls in a line instead of I had that.
The Uzi one. I think I never had
that. That was a Laramie gun. Though.
Okay.
Laramie made all of the fake guns, and that Uzi gun was so cool because it was a water gun that used batteries. So you would fill up the clip with water, you'd put like 2 AA batteries